Next email we have comes from Gary from Los Angeles, California. Hey guys, I'm curious if you have any input on the situation with Dr. Disrespect. I'm not surprised we got this email.
I'm not surprised.
The whole Twitch debacle and what's going on with what appears to be possibly a cover-up. I think we all can agree that Dr. Disrespect is a scumbag, but it does really seem like Twitch is trying to cover their tracks with other things. Any thoughts? I mean, first, I think it goes without saying we all are in agreement that Dr. Disrespect is a scumbag for what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's going to disagree with that part of it.
Whether what you did or didn't do is illegal,
his statement, as it was joked about earlier in the week, was something you would have heard out of a Chris Hansen, like, Catch a Predator type thing. Yeah. And then I sent you that thing this morning where it's like they actually had Chris Hansen analyze the tweet that Dr. Disrespect put out, where I watched the video where he literally is like, this is something I would have heard on my show.
Dr. Disrespect first admits that he messaged a minor. And then says, I didn't do anything wrong.
So,
excuse me?
But I do agree I also agree on the other side of it with the scuttle that it does kind of seem like there's another element to this with the whole situation with Twitch trying to cover up this situation, because now the new thing that's happened is, I don't know, do you know of the streamer, this Nick Merckx guy? You know who that is?
I've heard of him. Okay. Merckx, yeah.
He said he's made a transphobic comment and got banned. And Twitch is making a huge deal about banning that guy. And I think what he said, is what he said. I think they are jumping at the chance to ban him to try and push the conversation away from this Dr. Disrespect stuff, because at the same time, when you look at that situation, like, Twitch is clearly reading people's chats.
Well, they had
private stuff.
They had to have some place to do that. But
and then there's this situation with that guy that was like a former Twitch employee that was like holding the information so people come to his shitty band show. That I thought that, like, again, the situation sucks already and it's trash what Dr. Disrespect did, but that is not the way to handle it either.
Well,
hey, come to my fucking shitty band show and I'll tell you what really happened. Like, that's dumb.
You've got there's obviously a lot of people couldn't say stuff because of the lawsuit and stuff he had in place.
And that's the other part.
And all of his stuff is finally just coming out now, where I think everybody's kind of like, well, it's out there, so fuck it. Who cares anymore? We're just going to say it all. But let me put it to you this way. You think he's the only streamer who was sending inappropriate texts to minor kids in the Twitch whispers?
No.
God, no.
No.
I would bet that's almost on a pandemic level amongst high-level streamers.
Oh, God, yeah.
I think you and I have been on the same page for a while that I mean, personally, I don't like Twitch. I don't use it.
No.
I don't even watch the Games Done Quick shit anymore. That was like the one thing I used to watch, where I've kind of just checked out of that at this point as well. But like, I think the platform needs to be, something else needs to be created that's a little bit safer, and this needs to be torn down.
Twitch is not for children, like, at all.
It's
anymore.
Not. Or they need to make that preference of like, hey, you know what? Like, here is a section that is only for a certain age.
It gets tough.
All the hot tub stuff.
Well, the hot tub stuff shouldn't be on there in the fucking.
I don't think it should be on there at all. I think I'll take it one.
I'll
take it one step further. I think it should be in the terms of service for Twitch that you are not allowed, if you're a Twitch streamer, to have an OnlyFans link.
Oh yeah, well, there should be something about that word.
I don't think that should be allowed. And I know people will jump on that and say, well, there are people that use OnlyFans that aren't doing that kind of stuff, but that's like 2% of OnlyFans.
Tell me
Let's
who the top 1% of owner makers on OnlyFans are. We'll talk about that.
Exactly. And a lot of those top makers are on Twitch.
Twitch is just
doing the hot tub
Twitch is just not a safe space for children.
Not anymore.
Especially when all of these people, and this happens to adults, it happens to everybody. They develop these parasocial relationships with these streamers that they think are their friends, or they can help them get ahead in streaming. Like, hey, can you help me, push my channel and all this kind of stuff? And they think that they have these actual relationships with these people who couldn't give two shits about that.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, apparently you're a minor and you want to send me some pictures. Hey.
It's such a weird thing where like 20 years ago, I would have never thought of a term parasocial relationship. And that's a legitimate everyday thing now in society.
One of the most prevalent things out there, I think.
It's ridiculous how much that has changed in 20 years. But again, remember what Twitch started as? It was Justin.tv.
People hanging out.
People fucking around playing video games.
Yeah. And it is.
And now it's just
chatting where you can watch me go to Walmart and walk up and down the fucking aisles is a thing. Like, what?
Yeah.
The IRL streaming.
Well, and that's the weird thing too, is like it doesn't make sense. And you see this a lot though with people who like just regular people who like gain popularity and then just come up real quick or just come up in general. They're doing inappropriate shit. Like, people do inappropriate shit all the time. Like, the crazy thing is, if you're caught doing something like this, all your shit should just be eliminated. Like, period, point blank. Like, we're done with you. Like, every site and all that.
That happened. That's happening to him now. Like, he's getting blown apart, which is good.
But I think it needs to be taken a step further with other situations. Like, look at like a couple weeks ago, we saw there was like a couple that were just flat out banging on Twitch. And that person gets a 7-day ban. No, they should be done. Forever on the platform.
Right. Yeah,
like anything like that should never be allowed on that.
Well, the people who set the policies on Twitch have no fucking clue what they're doing.
They change them all the time.
They'll change them. Remember
a couple months ago when they had the audacity to change the wording around the artistic stuff?
Yeah.
Made a mistake.
And then look what happened. Look what happened within like 2 hours. All those anime VTubers, all of a sudden they all had immediately nude skins naked, and everything ready to go. And
women are broadcasting with like censor bars across their stuff. Like, it's just nuts.
You had to have known that was going to happen. It's ridiculous. So I don't know. I used to like Twitch.
Isn't it true that like Twitch still doesn't make any money?
I don't think it's making money.
Then what is the point?
Or not the money that they wanted to at least. So
what are they doing with it? What's the point of it?
But again, the top streamers are always going to be the ones that are protected. Look at Amaroth.
She could kill someone live on stream.
I was going to say, she could literally kill a man live on screen and they go, 3-day
3-day ban. And then you come back after one. Like,
yeah. Because of how much money is brought in. So, but I do really like that is something I would go out there for, is like, I do think that if you're going to be on Twitch, it should be in the terms of service. No OnlyFans.
Luckily, pedophilia does seem to be the line for them. Like, at least there is a line. It's just a shame that
I would say at least there's a line, but I wish it was going further in the other direction than that is the line. Right. Like, okay, this is it, where it's like, there's other stuff that shouldn't be on
here.
They
should be actively trying to protect the children they know are using their site.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous. And you've seen how, I mean, you have kids.
Yes.
You know how easy it is to, I don't even have children, but you know how easy it is today for them, like click, claim, boom.
You know what?
How quick is it to look up something?
You know what a rule in my house is, just because I got tired of it? No YouTube. Sorry. I don't care if you're in kids' YouTube. Matt, you've probably seen it. I've seen some kids' YouTube shit. Holy shit, the stuff that makes it past YouTube.
For kids' YouTube? I've never gone down
it is a very dark place.
Okay.
Yeah. So thankfully my toddler watches kids YouTube, but his YouTube is centered around cartoons and like kid unboxing videos.
Yeah, but even some of those, like, you got to be careful.
I'm pretty good about paying attention to all of that. Okay. And like to the point where like I've caught my older son on a YouTube where he was like, it was like Fortnite tips, take off a clothing type thing. And I was like, and so I pulled it up and I watched a video because I was like, all right, let me just see what this is about. And then I pulled him to the side and I was just like, look, you know this is inappropriate, right? And he was like, well, I was just looking up Fortnite. And I said, okay, I'm going to tell you right now.
Don't search Fortnite.
No go.
Yeah.
Like, if you do this and you keep doing this, I'm taking out YouTube. Yeah. And so thankfully he's learned. And like, he doesn't, my older son has like the worst hearing in the world. So his YouTube, when he's watching it upstairs, I can hear it downstairs. So I know what the fuck he's watching.
Yeah.
But like, no, I agree with you. Some of the stuff that passes through there is wild.
It sucks because it's hard to monitor because it'll start with my kids watch people build Legos, and that's fine. And then it's another person building Legos, and that's fine. But then it's just that person doing another activity, which leads to another. The way YouTube works its way around, it always ends up at some place. No, we can't be here, kind of a thing.
Yeah,
weird. You remember those like those YouTube poop things where they would do like weird mashups of all that kind of crap, and it would be like
I know what
weird
you're talking about.
Animations and all that stuff. There are versions of that for kids. And
I think of the King of the Hill ones.
Yeah, it's sort of like that, but like there are versions of that are based around like kid stuff, and they're odd. And this is the stuff that makes it through the censors. It gets in that kid's YouTube where some lady's playing with Play-Doh or something and whispering about the time she went to the store and met her boyfriend. You're like, what is happening? Like, no,
I'm just like,
we're out of here.
Nope. That's turning that off. Yeah, I don't know. My thing is, I think Twitch is a bad place overall. So I don't interact with it at all anymore. Anything that I do is on YouTube, and I'm happy streaming on YouTube as well.
YouTube, yeah.
So, yeah.